In continuation from last week, in case you missed it, this is the video of us pulling this thing out from around the garage. It was behind it, and we dumped it. Go ahead and roll the intro, Abby. Hello and welcome. On this episode of Abby Normal Garage, we have the rainy day edition. It's not storming nearly as bad as it was, but it's storming pretty good. We're working on my dad's old 3011 hydrostat. This was his favorite mower up here for getting up leaves. The reason he liked this so much is the blade deck had a lot of suction, and it was really good with the track vac. But we've been using the Wheel Horse 37-inch deck, which has a lot of suction as well, and we haven't used it in years. So we're gonna get this thing fixed up and sold. It's the only not Wheel Horse thing here. So anyway, what we've done with it so far is put a new battery in it. That was dead as a doorknob. We got a fresh tank of gas in it. We tried to start it the other day and it's a no-go. We got it to run on carburetor cleaner, so we're pretty sure the carburetor needs to be going through. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. The first step in removing the carburetor is to remove these two nuts that hold the air filter box on. There's also another bolt that's kind of hard to see that supports the housing. With that removed, we then use our hose clamping pliers to remove the fuel hose from the carburetor. Now we remove the carburetor, and now we're on the bench. We give it a good external cleaning. This is a high-level overview of rebuilding the carburetor. If you want a detailed video on how to rebuild this style of carburetor, please see our Predator 4000 video. It's pretty much the same type of carburetor. With the exterior cleaned up, we wiped out our cleaning pan. We're going to start by removing the idle mixture needle. Then we're going to remove the idle stop screw, which will allow us to move the idle jet out. That's that plastic thing right here. Looks good. Now we remove the carburetor bowl, and oh my, it is nasty with rust and so forth. Smells great. Now we remove the float and the needle. Next we remove the main jet. It falls out pretty easily. Now we have to remove the main nozzle. This one would not come out. We ended up using a cleaning brush and shoving it in and pulling it out. Here we are comparing the bowls to make sure they're the same. We're going to go ahead and use the new one to save time. Then we start by detail cleaning all the parts. Here we are cleaning the float, the pin. Now we're giving the main nozzle a good cleaning. We transition to our welding tip cleaners to make sure all the holes are open, and give it a blow with carb cleaner. And now we give it an external polish with Scotch-Brite, followed by carb cleaner and a little bit of air. We do this with all the jets in the carburetor to ensure nothing's blocked. Now we're going to go ahead and blow out all the passages. Here we are opening the fuel valve, verifying that the inlet is open. Now we're blowing down the main nozzle cavity, idle jet cavity. want to make sure all the passages are open. We follow all this up with a good shot of air, like so. Pretty simple process. Now we go to put it together. We decided to use the old float and needle because there was nothing wrong with it and the new float was slightly different. Now we install the pin and verify the float height. It looks good. We drop our main nozzle in and we screw in our main jet. Now we put our new bowl gasket on, followed by our new bowl. Had to fumble with that washer a little bit. Next we're going to go ahead and put that idle jet in and the throttle stop that goes above it. We guesstimate its position. Now we insert the idle mixture needle and screw it into the same count it was before. And to the magic of YouTube, the carburetor's installed. Well, we got that back together in a hurry. Now we got to see if it'll run. Abby, you think it's going to run? Yeah, I think it will. Let's give it a go. Well, Abby, we got the mower deck for the 3011 project here. Everything on top looks pretty good. Looks like this axle might be bent, so we're going to have to straighten that. We got a big dent up here, and the blade's obviously bent. We know that because it hits there, but it doesn't hit there. So we got to beat this out. I've got a new blade for it. Got a little ding right here we'll fix, but the biggest thing we got here is this tear. So we're going to have to heat this up and reform this and weld that up. But other than that, that's all we got left for this thing. Okay, we start this repair by using our oxyacetylene torch to heat up the steel. Then we use our pliers to roll it over. This process took quite some time. There's Abby in the background. For the tighter rolled area, we ended up using a screwdriver to help get it started, and then bending it back with the pliers. That seemed to work pretty good. Well, somewhere in that shot, the camera died. But we got this beat out. We got this lip rolled back over here. We got this lip rolled back over here. Part of it's missing here. We got a blade on. It no longer hits. Doesn't look like the spindle's bent, so that's good. So now we got to weld up where the wheel cracked the deck, and we also got to weld up that spot near the chute. So let's get to it. Now we're back in montage mode where we weld up these cracks. This was quite a process because on our lowest setting the welder was having trouble blowing through it. I tried to bump up the wire speed to get it a little better, but still. This welder's not so great for super thin metal. Didn't have nearly as many problems welding up this wheel because it's backed by a thicker piece of metal. But we were being ultra careful not to blow through it. Now we weld up the outside of the wheel mount. Well, we're back from Virginia Beach. We went ahead and got the belt installed on this 3011. I know that does not look like the correct routing, but if you look at the owner's manual, it is. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and slide this thing underneath and get it hooked up. We'll be right back. Alright, what do we got to do to put this hunk of junk back together? Looks like we got to jack the front end up a little bit. Okay. Got it. Now we've got to remove this guide off the back pulley, so we'll go ahead and take this bolt out real quick. Okay, and there's another bolt here. That's already loose. Alright. Try to swing this out enough to clear the pull. There we go. Okay. That's installed. Put this back on and it'll be a done deal. Okay. Like every good Joni, we got us a goodie bag that we've saved for years. Let's go put the one on the other side real quick. Okay, so the front's pretty simple. It's got these link bars. They hook on the front. Then it gets a machine bushing. And the counter pan. Okay. Then this back part. Same procedure. Almost fixed. Let's see. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and throw the chute back on. Let's see what happens. Bingo! Awesome. All right, let's go. Pick the deck up. Nice. Set the choke. Back on out of here. Follow the leader, he's on a Honda. Well, let's pull on over and give this thing a quick test. Let's check the engagement. On. Off. On. Off. On. And away we go! Well, let's go find Abby and wrap this video up. Well, Abby, what do you think? You think we got another successful repair here? I think so. This thing works pretty good. We trimmed the bushes the other day and used the bagger to pick up the clippings. Did pretty good. Well, Abby, unfortunately, we won't be selling this machine. My dad and I did a little horse trading. I'm going to give him this one, and he has a newer model that he doesn't like. So I can put the bagger on that and sell that one and get my carrying costs out of this. So that's fine. So we're going to be doing that in the next week or so. That about concludes this episode. I think Abby's feeling a little bit better, although she's still getting into some coughing spells every now and again. She hopes she'll be with us next week for an update. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy the content. Share the video with any of your friends that might have a vintage Honda mower they're trying to save. And we'll see you on the next episode of Abby Normal Garage.